So let's go ahead now and download and install IntelliJ. This is going to be the program we're going to be using to edit our programs in this course. So I'm going to go to a browser and I'm going to type www.jetbrains.com. Then I'm going to come down here to where it says IntelliJ IDEA, or alternatively it might be an option to click it up there and click on IntelliJ IDEA. Click on that. And I'm just going to come down here and close that little box. And I'm going to click on download. And scrolling down, I've got two options here. I can choose either the Community Edition or the Ultimate Edition. Now the Community Edition is a free download. The program is permanently free. You'll never have to pay for it. The Ultimate Edition gives you a 30-day trial, and if you want to use it after that time, you'll need to make a payment. However, what I have done is managed to get a 90-day trial for the Ultimate Edition. So the instructions for that will be later on in this video after we've configured IntelliJ. So if you're interested in the Ultimate Edition, click on download over here. In my case, I'm going to choose the free Community Edition and click download. After a moment, the download will start automatically. And I'm going to click on save to save that. You can see down the bottom left-hand corner now that's downloading. So I'll pause and come back when it's ready to continue. As you can see, it's just about finished downloading now. Once it's finished downloading, you need to start it. In my case, I can just click it here and that will start the installation. You may have to navigate to the folder where you downloaded it. So next thing we need to do now is drag this, holding down the left mouse button, dragging it over to the folder to the right hand side and letting go. And that will then install it on the Mac. Once that's finished, we can close this. And we can also close our browser down for now because we're finished with that. And we can have a look over here now. You can see in the applications folder, in my case, I've got two IntelliJs. I've got IntelliJ IDEA and IntelliJ IDEA CE. CE stands for Community Edition. So depending on which version you've downloaded, you'll see either the basic one, the full Ultimate Edition, which hasn't got CE in the file name, or CE in the file name means it's the Community Edition. So in this case, I'm going to double click the Community Edition to start it. Click on Open for the first time to confirm that you're okay with opening the application that you've just downloaded. That will then bring up this screen for the first time. And if you have already got IntelliJ in your system, you can import the settings, but in most cases this will probably be the first time you're installing this on your computer. So you can just click on OK and accept the default. We then get an option as to which colors we want to use. And this is primarily the background color that you'll see when you're programming. My personal preference is to use Darkula because I think it's better for my eyes. I find my eyes, I just find it better personally to work with, but you can choose either option, whatever you think is appropriate, and then click on down here to next. So I'm going to click on next. I'm going to select the default here for Mac OS X 10.5 Plus key map. If you have used IntelliJ IDEA before, you can change that option if you like, but it should be okay for you if you're just starting out to use the first option. This option here, you can just click on to the next. You don't need to change that in most cases, so click on next. Then IntelliJ, being a versatile program, enables you to develop code for many different programming languages. You have got the option to customize and choose extra settings so that it can edit code in other languages. Generally speaking, we won't need to do that, and we can just click on Next to featured plugins. Likewise, on this screen, it's giving us an option for a few more plugins. We don't need to do that. We're just going to click on Start using IntelliJ IDEA. We now need to enter our username and password to confirm the settings. IntelliJ IDEA will now start up, and you're ready to go. So at this point, IntelliJ is now installed on your Mac. Now, if you downloaded and set up the Community Edition, you don't need to watch the rest of this video because the rest of this video is talking about the extended 90-day trial for the Ultimate Edition. So in other words, if you've downloaded the Ultimate Edition, keep watching. If you downloaded the Community Edition of IntelliJ, you can skip on to the next video where we can configure IntelliJ a little bit further. So if you've followed the instructions in this section in an earlier lecture, I gave you the steps required to get a coupon code. And once you've followed those steps, you'll get an email back from me that'll look similar to what you can see on the right hand side, and it will have your unique coupon code. So you need to take a copy of that coupon code and just copy it, because we're going to need to paste it in the next step. So the next thing you need to do is proceed to the JetBrains.com website. So go to JetBrains.com, and once you get there, click on the store option and then JetBrains Toolbox, as you can see highlighted on the screen. Once that pops up, you'll need to select your country on the drop-down box, then select for individual customers, then make sure new subscription is selected as well as pay monthly. But don't worry, this is going to be free, but I'll show you how to do that as we proceed. At this point, scroll down until you see the IntelliJ Idea Ultimate Entry. You can see that on the screen there to the left. Click the Buy Now button next to it to proceed. When the next page pops up, enter your email address, and this is where JetBrains will send your 90-day trial code to you, so make sure it is a valid one. Click on Next. So once you've entered your email address, you'll be asked to select the customer for this purchase. So you want to normally select New Customer if it hasn't already been selected for you, and then select your country in the drop-down box. Click on Next to proceed. In the order checkout page, make sure monthly is selected, as you can see it is on the screen here, and then fill in your details on the address, city and postcode fields. And while still being on that same screen, you then want to apply the coupon code that we got in step 1. So you click on Have a Discount Code, and once you do that, the screen on the next slide will show up. You'll then paste in the discount code, which was the code that I gave you in step 1, and click on Apply Discount. So once you've entered the code, you'll see that you're now ready to purchase the subscription. It's now free, and you've got a full 90-day trial. So you then need to scroll down and enter in your full name, click on the checkbox regarding the agreements, standard licensing agreements, then click on the Place Order button. After pressing the Place Order button, you'll get a confirmation that it's now been successfully processed, and an email will be sent to the email address you specified in an earlier step. You should then receive an email from JetBrains containing additional information on how to continue the setup. So you want to open that email. Once it's opened, you click on the Take Me to My Purchase button, and we now get to the stage of activating. So again, click on the Take Me to My Purchase button in the email. You get taken to a page back on JetBrains servers where you can manage your subscription. On the right hand side, or somewhere on the page, there'll be a download activation code for offline use. You want to click on that to download the license key so that you can activate it by putting that code into IntelliJ Idea. You want to open that document in an editor, text edit or notepad, depending on the operating system you're running. To make sure you do copy the entire text and not just the first line. You do need the entire amount of text to paste into IntelliJ. Now, if you're installing the Ultimate Edition of IntelliJ for the first time, IntelliJ will give you a pop-up window asking you to paste in the license code straight away. So if you do get that, select Activation Code and paste in the entire license key you got from the text file, and then press OK. Alternatively, if you've already evaluated the IntelliJ Ultimate trial, perhaps you've already started it and you've opened up IntelliJ, you may need to click on the Register button in the bottom left-hand corner to open up that page, which then allows you to paste in the code. So either way, you'll need to click on the activation code, paste in your code, and then click on OK. Once you do that, you're good to go because it's now been successfully licensed and you'll be able to use the IntelliJ Ultimate Edition for 90 days. So that's it. That's all the steps you need to take to get this activated. Let's move on to the next video.